The last handful of years in the workforce has been incredibly intense. And I've been in recruitment for 15 years, and I can tell you next year will be no different. In today's video, I'm going to give you 3 ways that the workforce will change in 2025 that will definitely impact you. Let's go. Now, this first one is a massive shift. The reality is, historically, people have always worked to become middle management and higher level management in their careers. It was kind of how people did things. You go to college, get a job, you get into the corporate, you climb the ladder, etc., etc., etc. That's a path a lot of people have chosen to take, not everybody. However, in 2025, and this has already started to happen, people are not interested into going into management. The reality is, a lot of people see management as a little bit of a pay bump that definitely constricts their life. It makes their job harder, it makes them have to work longer hours, and it is not worth it. The trade-off, what you get for what you have to give up to go into management, to become a glorified babysitter, as a lot of people view it, is not worth it. So as you look at 2025, 2026 and beyond, companies who have typically had their choice of people when it comes to middle management are going to find that more and more candidates are opting out of that traditional career path. And that is going to create a constraint. How are you going to build teams, lead teams, and create highly matrixed organizations if you don't have people who are willing to be that essential cog in the machine? Without that, it is going to be very hard for companies to grow and build teams and scale as they have traditionally done. Another massive change is AI is going to turn everything on its head. Now, it's already started. If you've been in the workforce for the last year and a half, you have probably touched ChatGPT or Copilot or name whatever AI technology your organization has chose to pair with. But it is only going to increase over time. In fact, studies show that in 2025, 65% of companies will have AI reject candidates who are applying for their jobs. That is a huge number. That's literally 2/3 of companies will be using AI to reject applicants. And that is relatively new. So how effective, how consistent, how compliant is AI going to be when it comes to rejecting candidates? And how equitable will that be dispersed for people who are applying for jobs? That is going to be very interesting to see over the next couple of years as that technology scales to the point where maybe it's doing a great job. There will certainly be some bumps in the road. The other side of that is AI is expected to create 12 million new jobs. And this number is speculated to be higher than this, lower than this, all over the place. It's also going to be reducing jobs. We've already seen that. So what you're seeing is a shift from jobs that have been there more traditionally to newer jobs that will be created because of AI. Either way, this is a fundamental paradigm shift in the way corporations operate and the traditional careers that people will pursue. You may want to sit down if you're not already, because you're probably going to hate this, but one of the things companies are going to do in 2025 is they are going to crack down on remote work. These last 4 years have been a huge roller coaster for remote work. Everybody going and working from home, return to office where people are working in office, there's hybrid, there's companies who are laying off people. It's been very, very intense. And going into 2024, there was a lot said about companies saying, well, 90% of companies plan on bringing their entire workforce back into the office. And that hasn't really taken, not completely. There are certainly some companies who have said, hey, you need to be back. That's it. There are other companies who said, hey, we would like you to come back. They've made it more flexible. People aren't adhering. People are doing coffee badging, where they basically come in, badge in, drink a coffee, go home. But in 2025, companies are going to be cracking down on this. They're going to be letting people go who are not coming into the office. They're going to be putting forth strict return to the office 5 days a week mandates, and there will be continual move to pull people back into the office and regain control. That has been lost since the pandemic. So that is something that I have seen consistently, an article after article after article, that companies are getting serious about that, and they are absolutely going to be cracking down. So if you are someone who is currently working remote, that is something where you may see that start to get pulled away from you in 2025. The articles that are coming out, the experts who are speaking on the topic in this industry are consistent in the sense that that is something that is going to be dissipating in 2025. Now, if that is you and that means you want to go look for a new job that's going to stay remote permanently, you might want to watch this video here. This video here is about resume mistakes people make. There are resume mistakes people make every day that they are unaware of that keep them from being interviewed. And if you don't get interviewed, you will not get the job. So I'm done here, but I'll see you over there.